from Cora and exclusive connections. Spring has finally arrived, and usually this is the time of the year in which we spend our weekends going on day trips near Florence. There are many jewels all around the city. One of them is the Medici villa of Il Castello. The villa today can be visited only on special occasions as it is the headquarters of the Accademia della Crusca, the most important research institution of the Italian language, as well as the oldest linguistic academy in the world since it was founded in Florence in 1583. But no bragging here. The garden, though, is open to the public with no entrance fees and definitely worth a stop. Cosimo I inherited this villa from his mother, Maria Salviati, the granddaughter of Lorenzo the Magnificent. The garden of the villa is the prototype of 16th century Italian gardens, and it has a symbolic reading that celebrates the Grand Duke Cosimo I and his good government. According to scholars, the iconographic scheme was created by Benedetto Varchi, a famous humanist and historian of the time. The garden was started by Niccolò Pericoli, called Tribolo, who conceived an incredible hydraulic system that conducted water from a spring above the land to the various fountains in the garden. The garden was then continued and embellished by Amannati, Giambologna, and others. At its highest point, we find the famous animal grotto, also called the Deluge Grotto because of its extraordinary water installations. The grotto consists of two chambers. The first one has many sponge and shell decorations and contains two marble basins with marine and terrestrial animals, most of which are now preserved in the Bargello Museum, downtown Florence. The second room has a third group of animals, above which there is a unicorn. According to Greek mythology, unicorns have the power to purify water. Originally, there was also a statue of Orpheus, who in Greek mythology was able to charm all the wild beasts. Finally, over the grotto, there is a great basin with a majestic statue by Amannati of a shivering old man called the Apennine, or January. The metaphor here then is complete. Cosimo can be found in the magical powers of the unicorn, in the wits of Orpheus, in the month of January when he ascended to power, or in the Apennine Mountains as he came from the Mugello area. With their wits and good government, the Medicis established a sort of Eden, purifying water and bringing it down the garden all the way to the statue of Florence by Giambologna. The garden is modified in the 18th century when the labyrinth is replaced by a citrus grove, and Giambologna's famous fountain is moved to the nearby Petraia Villa and replaced by a Mannati statue depicting Hercules and Antheus. The Lorraine family is also responsible for the English garden and the construction of the boulevard that connects the Medici Villa to the nearby Petraia. The garden boasts an exceptional collection of citrus fruits. The Medicis chose to collect different varieties of citruses because of their connection with the classical world, namely the Garden of the Hesperides, with their eternal spring. On the side also, there is a garden of medicinal herbs called Ortaccio, which has a real jewel inside the Stufa de Mugherini, a greenhouse that preserves a rare Indian jasmine from Goa, which in Italian is called Mugherino. This rare plant was a diplomatic gift from the King of Portugal to the Grand Duke Cosimo III. Well, I hope this is enough food for your thoughts of today. Until next time.